What's up, everybody? It's Mr. You Know Who from Agony Gaming, and today I'm bringing you guys my first impression of the game, The Evil Within. So I picked it up early this morning. I've been playing it for a few hours, and I wanted to share with you guys what I thought about the game, how the game feels, and what the game actually has to offer. Before you go out there and actually pick this up for $59.99, you can pick this up for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 360, and PC. And if you don't feel like going to go get the game, you can even get the game on the PlayStation Network if you want to. But before you go out there and go get it, I want to give you guys my first impression before you spend your hard-earned money. The game is not what you expect it to be, or you just don't like it at all. So I've been playing it. You play as a character called Detective Castellano. Sorry, said his name wrong. And you arrive at a mental facility, and you're investigating this crime of all these homicide. So first and foremost, before I even get into the story of the game and what the game has to offer, the game looks retro. And when I mean retro, it looks like old school style Resident Evil, which doesn't necessarily mean the game is bad. It's just how it looks. I won't lie to you, when I first saw it, I was like, this can't be The Evil Within, because you just get accustomed seeing updated graphics. But when I saw this, I feel like I'm playing an old school Resident Evil, but I just got used to it, and I won't lie to you, it doesn't change the game to me. It's just, once you see it enough times, you just like, oh, whatever, that's the game, and on to the next, and trying to figure out what's going on. I will say that the old school retro feel does fit in with the zombies and the enemies attacking you. So at first, don't get discouraged when you see it. That's just the way it looks, as you guys can see. But I would say continue forward. At first, when I saw it, it was like, but it's okay. So you'll get used to it. Either you like it or you love it. It's one or the other. So anyway, you arrive at this mental facility, investigating all these homicides, and you see this ghost entity, and you're trying to figure out what connects between this ghost entity and this patient from the hospital have to do with one another. So first and foremost, when you play The Evil Within, it plays like Resident Evil, similarities in like Resident Evil. You get a couple of weapons, guns, shotguns, handguns. You get a crossbow. You get an axe, torches, matches, so on and so on and so on. And you got your medic kit, which is like the syringe in this game. But I want to talk about the character, the weapons, which I just talked to you. But there's one thing about this game that was disappointing to me. I played Resident Evil Revelations, Resident Evil 6, Resident Evil 5. So I have kind of a feel to what I want the character to do. And one thing that I did not like about this game is that the character had no hand-to-hand combat. And to me, that's something that should have been in this game. For those who don't know, before you pick it up, is that the character doesn't have like that Resident Evil punch kick combination attack. The character does have hand-to-hand combat, but it's not punch kick, snap neck, none of that. You could pistol whip a zombie, you can punch a zombie, but it's nothing along that lines of multiple combos or anything like that. It just feels dry when you try to go hand to hand with a zombie. Nothing, So I think that's something that this game lacks, that they should have put in the game for the character, which would have been hand-to-hand combat. Now, I would understand in the beginning when you're playing with the character that, you can't do that. Just like Resident Evil, you can get different attributes to upgrade his fighting combo, which I would understand if you couldn't do that, like I said in the beginning, but yet you can go to the upgrade skill and use your points and upgrade them to do that. That would have been fun, but I think this game just lacks hand-to-hand combat altogether, which was very disappointing to me, because again, I play Resident Evil and I do a compare and contrast when I play this game, just like Resident Evil. But again, it doesn't mean that I won't play the game. It just means that I was expecting that to be in this game, but it wasn't. Now, onto the weapons. The weapons are cool. Handgun, cool. Shotgun, cool. Bow and arrow, cool. But I didn't see like a vast variety of weapons. You know, assault rifle. You got a sniper gun in there. But it wasn't that much weapons. It was a moderate amount of weapons, but nothing too crazy. Which again, that's something that you would expect in this game when you're playing. Like, oh, I got all these types of weapons. But again, it's not Resident Evil, so again, something that I had hopes for, it wasn't in there. But it's okay. I can improvise and I can use a different weapon, so on and so on. Now, the actual levels to the game, there's 15 levels, or 15 chapters, should I say, in the game. And each one gets scarier and scarier as you go on. Right now, as you can see, this is just the beginning, like chapter 1. And you see all these zombies, not even zombies, these actually human dead bodies. Or it looks cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is something Resident Evil, you know, old school blood, gore, which again, very cool, very cool. You know, I will say, the graphics, retro, like you said, it stands out, which I do like, you know. However, just because the graphics stand doesn't necessarily mean that the game overall is excellent. It's great, so on and so on. I'm gonna say that the game is okay, and that's just my personal opinion about the game. I mean, certain things I do like, certain things I don't like, but I can't say it's great. I would say it's okay. You know what I mean? That's just me being me. But anyway, yeah, it's only 15 chapters, different bosses, and Detective Castellano, hope I said his name right again, is investigating this spiritual entity and who's doing all these killings and how these people that are dead are being turned into zombies. So, first and foremost, prepare to die a lot in the game. Because again, it's going to take some time to get used to figuring out the puzzles and the boards. I will say, since this is a survival horror game, there's some parts in the game where looks really good. Like, it gets you like, whoa, what's that? Or you have this enemy coming at you at the speed of light and you're looking over your shoulder like, whoa, what is that? Or what was that? So my verdict about the game so far is like, it's cool, it's different, but is it worth you spending $59.99 to get now, or should you wait and later and get the game? Now, me personally, because I played it for a couple of chapters, I would recommend that you get the game later. Unless you just want something new to play and you really want to be spooked and pick up the game for $59.99, you could get it now. Note that there's no online mode for this game. It's just strictly story based. So if you're expecting, you know, bang for your bucks, as I always say, I would recommend to get this game later, or an alternative is to rent the game. Don't go and spend your $59.99 on this game, only because from what I read online, people have beat this game in under 20 hours, and that's them playing it straight through. So if you beat the game and you want to play it again, there's no DLC yet for this game. Don't get me wrong, it's a good game, but not for $59.99. And second of all, there's no DLC out. So sorry about that, guys. So again, I would be upset if you guys go out there and spend your hard-earned money and beat the game, and it's like, what else do I have to look forward to? So yeah, guys, here I'm gonna show you right now what the upgrading system looks like, and it's very basic. Now that's another thing about this game which I thought they could expand on, is the upgrading system, because it looks so basic that it doesn't aid the game to make it better, it just makes it mediocre. So as you guys can see, you got your abilities, which is it's not even much. You got your life gauge, your sprint time, basically, you know, you can increase your life. Your sprint time, you could sprint longer for a long amount of time. Obviously, melee damage, which is your hand-to-hand combat, which is really not that much, but everything helps. And your syringe recovery is like your medic. So again, the upgrading system on here is too basic to me. It should be more that can spice up the game. Damage multiplier, fire rate, reload time, click capacity, accuracy, and critical. Again, similarities to Resident Evil. So when you max out all these attributes for your character, what else does the game have to offer? Nothing. You're maxed out, you run through the levels, you beat them, and you're done. So again, for $59.99, you beat the game, let's say 2 weeks, you have to wait for DLC to come out. Is it really worth it? That's why I'm personally saying to you guys to rent the game or wait for it to get cheaper. Not that I'm a cheapskate, it's just that I don't like to spend hard-earned money on a game that is not going to have any longevity to it. So that's just me speaking about the game, guys. That's my first impression of the game. If you really want to play the game and see what it has to offer, you can pick it up and spend your $59.99. This is just my first impression of the game. As always, it's Mr. You-Know-Who from XMI Gaming. Check out my gaming channel. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the game and how the game feels. As always, it's Mr. You-Know-Who from XMI Gaming. Check out my gaming channel. And peace.